much like when did you start like getting into like music, and when did you start like knowing you wanted to be like a DJ?
So honestly, I was always really into music because I feel like music has just been one of my things where it's like a form of self-expression. So like since I was younger, like me and my best friend growing up, like he's a rapper and producer, so like we were just always really, really into music, and like we were like in 5th grade talking about how I'm gonna be his manager and he's gonna be like, you know, a rapper and producer, and like so that was always really like one of my forms of self-expression, including like, you know, fashion and like a bunch of other things. But I knew I didn't necessarily want to like make music like rap or like sing or like, you know, I knew that wasn't for me.
Facts.
Eventually I do want to get to learning how to make beats though, but DJing I feel like I knew it was perfect for me because I feel like I'm really good at reading people's energy. I'm really good at crowd control, and I feel like my energy radiates a lot, so I think that's like super important in being a DJ. So like once I just like I was always the aux DJ, so at a point, you know, I was just like I gotta just start mixing and like, you know, take it more seriously because I'm always getting the aux. I'm always playing music at parties. Like I'll be at a house party with my friends and somehow I end up with the aux. Like I was like, okay, it's about time.
Yeah, exactly. Like you got this. Like,
exactly.
People trust you with the music.
Right. Exactly. So I'm like, people trust me. I have that personality. I'm super outgoing. I love having a good time. So it's like, let me learn the basics and then get to it.
So like, who pretty much influenced you to like do that? Was there any other like DJs that you thought of like, man, like since they're a DJ, I could be a DJ, or any artists that like influence you?
Honestly, Chase B is like one of like the main people that I always like looked up to as a DJ, just cause like again back to like me and my best friend, that's Benzo Lee, that's the artist that I manage and produce. Yeah, he's insane. So we were always like, since we were little, like, you're Travis, I'm Chase B, so you know what I'm saying? So let's do it. Like, let's be like, I'll be the Chase B to your Travis. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. I just loved like what they had going on, that little duo, and like the fact that they went back for like so long, that they came up together doing that shit. I love the energy that he has, that he brings out, and I love the genre of music that he DJs, because I'm like really picky about that. Like, I like, people always tell me like, are you gonna do clubs? Are you gonna do like EDM, house music? It's just like, it's not me, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like if I'm gonna be DJing, it has to be natural and it has to be my vibe, and I just love rap music, hip hop, you know, R&B, like that's my thing.
So when you were growing up, like who did you listen to really fall in love with it?
Like, when I was really, really young, I was listening to, like, Jay-Z, Kanye, 50 Cent, Lil Wayne, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I really grew up off of, like, because that's what my mom was listening to back in the day. She was listening to, like, Kanye, Eminem, Jay-Z, Wayne, Drake. And then as I got older, I started expanding my taste, and I feel like in middle school, that's when I really just, like, got into, like, A$AP Rocky, Our Future, Travis, and that's what influenced my whole personality. That's what like made me feel like at home. It just felt right. Like I was like, yeah, this is what I like. This is what I feel like I want to do. I want to be a part of this somehow, some way. I have to be a part of this.
Hell yeah, I feel like that wave influenced me too, honestly.
For sure, definitely.
Really,
and it's like, it influenced me outside of just like creativity. It influenced my personality. It influenced everything.
Hell yeah, I feel you.
For sure.
Because they really paved the way for that shit.
Exactly.
To be themselves. And it's like now when you see them, you're like, man, like they're for real living their lives.
Yes, I
like,
know,
no
and
restrictions.
I love it. I love it, especially like growing up off like Kanye and Wayne, for example. It's so nice to see how they like literally inspired and created so many people that we have today. Like,
it's crazy.
Like even like, you know, Young Thug, all of them, like those are the founding fathers of everything that we have now. So it's like Wayne created everything that we have now, literally. So
rap used to be boom bap. Boom, boom,
dude,
bap.
like people be thinking like Tupac and Biggie are the best rappers. I'm like, don't disrespect Wayne.
For real.
Don't disrespect Wayne.
And that whole tattoos on the face, like we talk about this all the time. That was him. Like,
dude, Wayne was everything.
That was him. He came out with that magazine with all the tattoos on his face. Everybody was like, what the fuck?
He adapted to everything.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Started that skater boy shit.
100%. And then it's like, it's so crazy because now I see like Wayne making music with Travis and like making music with all these new artists that I got into when they were just coming on. So it's like, it's so nice to see that growth because that inspires me even more because I'm like, dude, I like seeing Travis when he was like performing at Concord Music Hall, that small ass fucking hall.
Damn.
And now he's selling out arenas, so it's like, dude, come on.
So does that really give you motivation?
Yes,
Seeing that shit?
for sure. Because it's so possible. Everything is so possible.
Hell yeah.
All you gotta do is have that effort and just stick your mind to it. Like
Definitely.
Take that
that
first
shit's
step.
crazy.
Consistency, all that.
Hell yeah. So when did the YouTube get into play?
Oh my
so
God.
Put your YouTube on. When did that get into play?
Like, okay, so me and my best friend, Jason, hey.
Hey.
So that's my partner in crime. We met in high school, freshman year. I was like 13, 14. And, you know, when we met, we instantly clicked and we knew that we were just like these super energetic, entertaining, funny ass people. Like, we were just always like the life of the party because we're just so like out of the box. We're just like really outgoing, you know. There's always something to laugh about, to talk about, and at a certain point, like, we were just always posting stuff on Snapchat or Instagram, making funny videos together, and we're like, dude, like, what are we doing? Like, we need to put this to use, because it's one thing, not only is it, like, we bring joy to each other just based off our energy, because we're always laughing, we're always smiling, like, it's never a dull moment when we're together, so we wanted to share that with people, so, like, after we got out of high school, we started like taking ourselves way more seriously because like, okay, we're done with high school. What's the next step? Like, what are we about to do? So after we graduated high school, we started a YouTube channel. So about 3.5 years ago, and we just started posting videos. And at first, it was like a slow build up. Like the first year, we only had like 300 subscribers. And then the next year, we just started being consistent, and then shit, like, we got 10,000 in, like, within the next year, and we're like, yeah, this is for us. Like, the first video we posted, we knew, we were like, yeah, this is it. This
Hell
is it.
yeah, I feel you. Like, a lot of people don't just, it's just, once you realize that, just do it. Go all the way through with it. If you know people like this shit, take it serious at that point.
Especially if you feel like it's right.
Right,
exactly.
That's
everything.
Exactly.
You gotta take that feeling.
That's everything. Yeah, you always have to trust your gut feeling.
So do you like that people know you for that?
Oh, I love it. Like, it's the best feeling when me and Jason, like, get recognized from it, or, like, when people tell me that, like, that I made them laugh or that I made them smile, because one of the most important things in the world is joy. You get joy from laughter. You get joy from smiling. Like, even if it's temporary, in that moment you're happy. In that moment you're enjoying that little bit of happiness. And like, if I can do that and if I can share that with other people, like, that is the best gift ever. If I can share my joy and my happiness with other people, especially through a screen. Like, just literally, like, when I visualize it, like, people in their house, like, or when people tag me on their stories and they're just, like, in their bed watching our videos, I'm like, dude, that makes my, like, literally my heart, like, it tickles. Like, I get so happy. Oh my God.
For real,
yes, it's the best feeling.
Because they look forward to that.
Right.
Like, that's their happiness.
Seriously.
Just seeing you guys' videos.
And that just makes me want to do it more and more and more. Like, I know I'm not going to stop this anytime soon.
Exactly, because just that fan base you built. Like,
See,
they're counting on you.
Yeah.
Well, they count on both of y'all, like, for real.
Yeah, the more people we can reach, the better.
I have a question, like, so honestly, I don't even really know much about, like, YouTube or, like, building a following on YouTube. Like, how did y'all, like, sort of, like, do that? Was it, like, posting, or was it, like, advertising? How did y'all, like, tame that beast? Because I know YouTube is crazy competitive.
It is. It really is competitive, and that's the thing with that is, like, a lot of people will try to tell you that it's impossible or that it's too hard because there's too many people doing the same thing, or, like, whatever. Like, even people that are successful on YouTube will literally tell you, like, it's so hard to be YouTube famous, or it's, you know, it's impossible to be YouTube famous, but it's literally just about your personality. People, if they like you and if you're a good time, then people are going to feel that through the screen. So at first, like I said, it did take a while for us to build up that first year, but that was because we weren't consistent and we were posting like every 3 months, every other month. So it's like, you can't expect to build momentum if you're being slow. You gotta be fast, you gotta be entertaining, because people are gonna watch one video, then watch the next one, then watch the next one, then watch the next one. So it's like, we just started being really consistent, and then, you know, a lot of it's just the way you promote yourself and you market yourself. Like, the biggest thing about me and Jason since we started YouTube and just since I started everything is like, I will shove my shit down people's throat. Like, you are gonna see it. Whether you like it or not, whether you hate it or you love it, you're gonna see it somewhere. So that's the most important thing.
That's dope. That's dope. That's facts right there. Spending this knowledge. For real.
I feel you.
How's it been though? I feel like, I don't know, maybe like the past year, like I find myself like watching YouTube, like following series and stuff on YouTube. Like, have you seen like a change since you first started versus now? Like,
I just feel like now with, like, you know, YouTube is a huge part of the internet. You know, the kids are all on YouTube.
Yeah.
Nobody has cable anymore. People don't go to the movie theaters anymore. It's literally YouTube and Netflix and all that shit.
Yeah.
It's streaming services. So, and now it's like the thing is people want to see stuff on the internet that they can't do in real life. Or they want to see stuff that's like crazy, that's entertaining, that's reckless, that's rebellious, or like, you know, shit that they necessarily wouldn't do. Like, so it's just about that, but it's also like, you gotta be safe. You can't just be fucking around doing dumb shit, because there's a lot of people on the internet doing that, and it's like, I'm not gonna embarrass myself or like risk my life, you know, but a little harmless fun, like smoking weed, getting drunk on camera, like, we're just chilling, having a good time. It's all about having a good time and still being entertaining.
that's dope.
But, you know, also to each their own, because some people be doing like crazy shit and it blows them up. So, but it's like, some of the stuff that I see is like also disrespectful. You know, sometimes I seen this one guy that's like famous on Instagram. He like fucks with people at Walmart and shit. And it's funny. It's funny, but like some of them is like old people and like, you know, you're just kind of like being rude, and like, it's not fun to me once it gets to the point where you're like disrespecting people or like hurting other people. You can have fun without doing that.
Hell yeah, I feel you. But yeah, it's just a fine line with that shit.
Yeah, exactly. But it's like, people eat it up anyway.
I feel you. But when did you get into fashion and like streetwear? Because we see you rocking the fly shoes. I don't even know.
Don't gas me.
Those are.
Don't gas me.
Fire, bro.
Okay, let me explain my outfit first, because let me put you guys on. So let me see. I got the Olivia Kim 4s right here.
Okay.
These are like a better version of the Black Cats, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. And then I have this Nike Elix collab. Yeah, you know the vibes. Stop playing with me. And then I have this Adam Smalley bag. He actually does cut and sew. He's like still like, you know, up and coming. He's an up and coming designer, but he's super fire. So check him out. Like, this shit is so hard. I'm obsessed with it. He makes super crazy cut and sew pieces. So yeah, he's dope. But I've always been into fashion and just like streetwear. My mom, she was always like this, like, my mom's French, so when she came to America, she only knew like Chanel and vintage Louis Vuitton and like Christian Dior and like all like the OG like fashion houses. So growing up, she was my biggest influence, because I was always like wearing stuff from her closet, wearing her purses, her belts, like all that stuff. So I already kind of had like a taste for it. And then as I started growing up, being influenced by like music and like my favorite artists and like all that stuff, that started influencing my taste in fashion and stuff. And then I just started like expanding my horizons, because I feel like I'm a very versatile person, like when it comes to fashion. Like, one day I could be like dolled up in a dress and a skirt, big fur coat, and one day I'm in sneakers and sweats and a hoodie, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I love everything. I love fashion from A to Z. Like, I love the elegant classiness of it, and then I love like the cozy comfort is super big to me, but yeah, it's super big to me.
You gotta feel comfortable in your
for
clothes.
For sure. But yeah, so I've like really always been into it. Yeah.
I feel your favorite shoes of all time.
Oh my god, that's no, it's not. Undefeated 4s. I need them. They're like $20,000, but I need them, and I'm gonna get them one day.
Yeah. Undefeated 4s.
So fire. Need them.
Those will go hard with your fit right now.
Yes, dude, 4s are the best, Jordan. Also, I'm gonna make one day. I promise you.
Oh hell yeah, you got to. That's a stamp. Like, I feel like the 4s is just any collab they've done in the past fire too, like the Eminem 4s.
Dude, that's another pair that I want so bad.
Crazy. Yeah, they do great with the 4s for sure.
But what designers have like influenced you?
Like influenced me in what way? Like my style?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, well lately I feel like Matthew Williams for sure, because I'm just really into like, I don't know, I'm into a lot of different things. I do like simplicity a lot, you know. I like very clean cut, boxy, geometrical clothing a lot. I just have like, it's aesthetically pleasing to me. So I'm really into what he's doing right now, honestly. He's one of the designers that I'm like really, really into.
Really.
And the fact that he's like damn near from here. And yeah, and you know, Virgil, a lot of people are like iffy about Virgil, like, oh, Virgil sucks, or da, da, da. Like, it's because people always find a reason to not be like a part of the crowd. But I personally think he's going insane. I love what he's been doing. I'm not like, the hype is very crazy right now over the Off-White, but it's like, the hype is crazy over everything right now. The hype is crazy over the Travis. The hype is crazy over everything. So it's like, just because it's hyped, it doesn't mean that it's bad.
Exactly.
People just want a reason to be like, oh, well, it's hyped up, so I don't like it. But I love what he's doing. It's super fine. I'm not really a big fan of like the MCA clothing that he did.
Really?
I didn't really like it that much. But outside of that, I just like his vision behind not just clothes. He has like a way bigger vision. I like what he's doing a lot.
Oh, yeah.
I like the Louis Vuitton. I like it so much more than the Off-White stuff.
I feel you.
Yeah.
That dude, man, he's a mastermind for real.
Seriously.
Finesser.
For sure.
I want to know who has all those like Off-White accounts.
You know, he's like 10 of them bitches, like,
Dude.
all different, like, locations in the world.
I
Like,
know. I don't even, like, that shit is, like, above me. I can't even grasp that.
yeah.
So much going on.
He's insane. But what has to be the most like fire like piece of clothing in your whole outfit? Like what has to be the highlight of it?
The shoes.
Really?
The shoes. The shoes, man.
Start from the bottom up.
Yeah.
Outfits, like,
Bro, for real, because you can have a nice ass fit on and then your shoes can just fuck it up. For real. For real, because I be like 90% of the time I'm in sweatpants and a hoodie. That's just because I'm a cozy girl. I'm just always in a sweatpants and hoodie. You catch me at work, you catch me outside of work. My days off, I'm always going to have sweatpants and a hoodie on. But my shoes are going to be fire.
I feel you. That's how
you break the whole fit.
Dude, for real. They could make or break the whole person. Literally. Like, you ever see someone fine as hell and then you look at their feet and you're like, you really have the chunky feelers on right now?
do better.
The chunky feelers.
You gotta do better.
I thought we...
She said a person. Damn.
I'm sorry I had to comfort them like this. I didn't want to do it to them. I'm sorry.
That shit is true. Though. Every time I ask that question, I get a different response every time. Like, I think you probably maybe the second person that said shoes, to be honest.
Yeah, and I work at a sneaker boutique, so I'm biased.
Oh, for real. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Man, yeah, you always gotta have some fire shoes.
Yeah, nah, that's facts.
I was working at Boneyard, right?
Yeah, it's super fun. I love it. It's been like a year that I've been there so far. Super amazing. Everyone there that works there is super cool. Like, I have a family there, and like all the customers and the people that come in are just so cool. Like, I get to meet new people every day. You know, I get to meet people from all across, not even just the country, the world. Like, I get to meet different people all the time. I get to make new connections. And they've just, like, opened so many doors for me and so many opportunities. Like, I really, really do love them. And, like, I'm so grateful to have been, like, a part of that team. For real.
I love sneaker boutiques. Like,
yeah.
My favorite, Success.
Yeah.
Those are the homies.
For sure. Leaders, OGs right there. Yeah.
The homies over there.
Yeah, no, definitely.
They brought around two here, too.
Oh, yeah, they did, too.
Yeah.
See, they always show me love as Success and Leaders, so it's like, you know what I'm saying? When somebody shows me love, it's
right,
like
and also it's like
damn, yeah,
right, you know, and we're local.
Yeah,
we're local,
exactly.
so if you're from Chicago, it just hits harder when you're shopping at a Chicago local business.
Yeah.
Did you fuck with that Travis Scott documentary? That shit was hard.
Yes, it was so good.
Yo, the beginning of that shit. Woo. Yeah, that shit was crazy.
Yes, it was awesome.
That shit was crazy.
It was so fucking dope, especially because me and Jason and one of my other friends, we went to the first Astroworld festival ever all together. So it was like, yes, it really resonated with me.
You doing festivals, man? That shit wow.
It was beautiful. It was another thing that was so inspiring because I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm a DJ at this fucking festival one day.
I feel you. Is he gonna always like bring that shit back?
I mean, he brought it back last year, so
yeah, he did.
probably.
I wonder if it's gonna be a yearly thing now.
Probably will be.
That should be insane.
Yeah.
Cause do they like open up like the park?
Yeah.
Like the rides and shit?
Yeah, it was like kind of like a carnival. So fire. He had carnival rides. It was really, really nice. It was such an experience. That's the most important thing. Is like, yeah, you can have a concert, but is it an experience? Is it something I'm gonna remember? Is it gonna sit with me? Am I gonna daydream about it after? Like,
Exactly.
because I've been to a million concerts. Like, I've been going to concerts since I was like 10.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And now you gotta think of ways to make it resonate with people.
Mm-hmm.
And that'll do it. You see that new festival coming out? It's like all that old school festival. It's
Yeah.
Like,
Me and Jason were just talking about that because apparently they're saying it's fake and like it's like some fire festival shit again. Bro, cause Lil Kim posted it and she's like, this shit is fake. Like, I'm not on the lineup. And then what's his face commented? I think it was Twista or someone. He was like, I didn't get no security deposit for this. Like, I don't know what this is. And I'm like, so me and Jason were just talking about it. We're like, I guess we'll see. I don't know.
Hilarious.
I thought it was cool. I thought it was awesome that they had like some old school artists, some new artists in LA. It's a nice little vibe, but it kind of looked fake when I first saw it. Cause you know they be just making fake lineups and then they float around the internet. I don't know.
So what if you were to make like a festival? What do you think would you do to make it like different?
So the most important thing, like I said, you know, making things an experience. So like. It's all about, the lineup is obviously the most important thing because, you know, that's where the vibes start, is the artists. You gotta bring, like, collectively you have to have a good group of people, like, people that have that energy that will, like, turn things up and just make it a good time overall. It's super important. I feel like the most important thing about making something an experience is having a movement behind it, having like a mantra.
Right,
because if there's a mantra behind it, it's for a purpose.
Exactly.
There's like a deeper purpose behind it. So it's gonna sit with you because it's like, okay, now I'm here for this reason. I'm supporting this exact thing.
But what are your goals for the year? Like, what do you want to get done?
So Girls Weekend was one of my main goals for the year, so I'm really happy that I got to knock that out. I'm really excited. I'm looking forward to that. One of my goals is honestly to do some shows out of the city.
Really?
For sure. I want to do some stuff like across the country, you know, maybe New York, LA. I just want to get, you know, out and about, even like go on a tour, open up for another artist like as their DJ. Like, that's one of my big goals because I just want to be like taken seriously. I feel like people do take me seriously, but like I need motherfuckers to know I'm not playing. Like, I'm not playing. I'm here to stay.
Exactly.
So that's one of my goals. And then another goal is like to hit 1 million on YouTube. Like, I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. I'm ready to hit that 1 million on YouTube.